Today, we'll be talking about how to turn weaknesses into strengths. Have you ever felt like you were too sensitive, shy, or emotional? What if I told you that those weaknesses might actually be your greatest assets? Dear friends, I want to thank you all for your support. Your likes, comments, and subscriptions have been a great source of motivation for me. Thanks to your engagement, this channel has been growing and improving, and I am truly grateful for each of you. Your encouragement is the fuel that fuels my creativity and inspiration. Together, we'll explore Stoicism, psychology, and ancient wisdom to understand how Socrates, Epictetus, and other thinkers viewed weaknesses. We'll learn how they saw them as opportunities for growth, and we'll discover ways to use them to become more resilient, wise, and confident. So, fasten your seatbelts and watch this video till the end. I promise you, we'll leave it inspired and full of energy. Please, leave a comment, like, and subscribe. This is important not only for promoting the channel, but also for our communication with you. Have a bright day, and remember that every challenge carries strength. Imagine you are at a crossroads. On the left, there is a path of strength, confidence, and success. On the right, there is fear, doubt, and uncertainty. Most of us are afraid to take the right path, but that is where transformation begins. The Stoics taught that everything we see as a disadvantage is actually an unconscious resource. Epictetus, a former slave, could not change his circumstances, but he could change his reaction to them. He transformed vulnerability into wisdom. In psychology, this phenomenon is known as rethinking, which is the ability to see your weaknesses as growth opportunities. For example, if you are shy, this is not necessarily a negative trait. It means that you may be more attentive, sensitive to details, and good at listening. In a world where everyone seems to be talking, being able to listen is a valuable skill. Marcus Aurelius said, "What stands between you and your goal is the path." If you are afraid of public speaking, it may be time to face that fear. Instead of avoiding it, you should embrace it and use it as an opportunity to grow stronger. Take Archimedes, for example. He was often described as eccentric and not of this world. But it was these very traits that allowed him to see things differently and change the world. Modern psychology also recognizes the concept of post-traumatic growth. People who have experienced difficult trials, such as illnesses, losses, or injuries, can emerge stronger, wiser, and more resilient. Their weaknesses can become their strengths. One of the main principles of Stoicism is to not fight reality. Instead of pushing away our weaknesses, we should embrace them. We should accept, study, and utilize them. Epictetus said, "It is not events that bother us, but how we respond to them." You may think of your anxiety as not an enemy, but rather a signal from your internal security system, which doesn't weaken you, but protects you. Are you afraid of being alone? What if loneliness is not a void, but a space for personal growth and self-discovery? Many great minds have retreated from the world to hear their own thoughts. The Stoics didn't retreat from society, but they did so in order to strengthen their inner selves. Doubts are not weaknesses, but depths. Only fools don't doubt. Doubts fuel the search for truth. Isaac Newton, who suffered from anxiety and depression throughout his life, made some of his greatest discoveries during times of isolation. His weaknesses became the foundation of modern science. And now, let's take a look at some examples from real life. Imagine a teenage boy who was teased for being too sensitive. As he grew up, he became a psychologist. Thanks to his ability to understand and empathize with others, he has become a skilled professional. His perceived weakness has turned into a gift. Or consider a girl who was criticized for her excessive perfectionism. Instead of letting it define her, she turned it into a strength. She became a brilliant designer because her attention to detail was the key to her success. The ancient Stoics taught us to live according to nature, and our nature is unique. Our weaknesses are not mistakes. They are part of our journey. As Carl Rogers said, "When I accept myself completely, I can change." Acceptance triggers transformation. Accept what makes you different. You are not broken, you're just unique, and that's what sets you apart. Your fears are not shackles, they are keys that reveal your inner strength. Every time you face your fears, you grow stronger. The Stoics spoke of virtue, inner strength. It manifests itself when we don't avoid challenges, but face them head on. When weakness becomes a stepping stone. And if it seems like you can't do anything, remember, even the mighty oak tree starts as a tiny acorn. You already possess the power within you. It just needs to be unlocked. How to unlock it? Start small. Make a list of your perceived weaknesses, and next to them, note the strengths that could grow from them. This is the first step toward transformation. Fear is a door. Behind it lies freedom. Fear is an alarm. Listen carefully, don't run, learn, and you will become stronger. Turn sensitivity into empathy, anxiety into intuition, doubts into wisdom. This is the alchemy of the soul. Within each of us lies a hidden hero, and their journey begins when we feel weak. The Stoics taught us to live not by avoiding pain, but by rising above it. Difficulties build character, and when you start to see your weaknesses as opportunities, the whole world will change. Not immediately, but step by step, you will gain strength you didn't know you had. So, the next time someone tells you, "You're too senior," because you know, this is not negative. This is your fuel, your power. Thank you for watching until the end. If you felt inspired by this, if you liked at least one idea, subscribe to my channel, like my video and share in the comments. What kind of weakness inside you hides strength? Let's reach 10 likes, and I will make the next video. Remember, you are stronger than you think. Thank you for watching. Turn darkness into light and weakness into strength.